Friday, the end of July, July 29th. Heating up here. Boy, we've had a lot of 100-degree days lately here. Even had to head out to Santa Cruz yesterday afternoon just to get away from it. I hope all's well with everybody in the world, especially in the TG world, and just want to talk about a few things that went on this week. I'm getting really excited about camp, and I'm finally getting closer to laying out some schedules and getting everything else there. We're about just a little over 4 weeks out. So let's see. We had a few new songs this week. I want to thank Vanessa for her take on Pink, I Don't Believe You. And what else? Oh, the Beach Boys! I got to tell you a story about how the two other things I wanted to get to today. I didn't even come with a list today. I want to talk about colorful chords, and a great question came up on the that many of you maybe didn't see, but it was pertaining to Jose Feliciano. How to solo over possibly chords that are not in the same key. If you're playing, we've got an A minor going and F sharp minor. So I'll get to that in a minute. Let me get the guitar back in tune though here first. Take the capo off, weird things happen. The California girls that just have to do it in B. I shouldn't be using a tuner that can't have background noise, which means I can't be talking while I'm doing this. Bear with me. My antique tuner. Lock on. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. So yeah, I want to talk about colorful chords and talk about playing solos over a progression like this. And I did respond on the question that even Jose doesn't do that. When he's playing a solo over this. Wait, what else I want to tell you? I want to tell you a little background, a little California Girls story, because that was every once in a while I take a look at the recommend a lesson list and something jumps out at me. Is like, oh man, how could I have not done that or anything else? And I think, oh, that'll be an easy one. Maybe we'll just get together a campfire version of it. Of course, as I listened to it carefully, I thought, oh no, there's we can bring in the organ part, we can bring in the bass part. Can't really do that and play the melody at the same time, so the idea of a chord solo didn't really materialize. But unfortunately, it took like a week longer than it should have. I meant to have that up last week, or at least at the beginning of this week, but it just got too involved, and I hope people get a chance to take a look at it. Kind of 3 different levels of the song. You can do the strumming version, some relatively easy chords, or then we have version 1 or version 2, depending on how much you want to challenge yourself. But yeah, very cool tune, and just worked out to. Sometimes I get sort of possessed by those things too, because just as I was about to wrap up the shooting with it, or kind of wrap up the prep and get to shooting it, I did this. I thought, oh no, this is going to delay me even more because now I got to do this instrumental. It's not so bad in the original, or in that key of A. Wait. Anyway, can't get it out of my head right now, so I should go on to other things. But I think that was it as far as new lessons happened this week. See if you can recognize this one. I have this song sitting on my... let's talk about this first. Colorful chords. Michelle, great question. One of my students came in and plopped this music down at his lesson Wednesday and said, I want to work on this. And I looked at it and said, oh, I'm not even very familiar with the song, but let's check it out. And it opens up with a very colorful chord. So, I'm sure some of you recognize that. I'll let you guess later. Even the style, pretty clear where this one came from. But it opens up with an A chord with a B in it. Just to, it gives us this. This, of course, would be an added 9th chord, and then the melody is very melodic. To a major 7 with an added 9th as well. minor 7. So a lot of major 7s, minor 7s give you this kind of jazzy flavor to a song, but then we hear things like this. And that gives us kind of a diminished sound, a lot of tension in this chord, because what we have is, let me even think about this. It's C, E flat, G sharp, and A. I'll solve that problem. I'll let you guys solve that problem. So I'm playing a C, an A, and a D sharp, and a G sharp. We'll answer that question later. But these chords that are filled with a lot of tension are very colorful, and it resolves to a B minor 7, which then resolves to E. So here's another one we hear in there. Something like that. Anyway, Larry's working on this, different Larry, and I got to work it out for him. Have a fun project. A song I wrote a long time ago. This is bad. Used a lot of. I tried to use a lot of those types of colorful chords in there. Some were major, some were minor, minor 7s. Also, a lot of chords with the wrong bass notes. So I kind of had this little piece put together and designed to be confusing. Let's see if I can remember some of it. It's just four short parts. Oh yeah, I may have played this for you before. That was the 4 parts, but each of those has to get repeated because they're so hard to follow. So that was the edited version, one time through each of the 4 parts. But once you hear this a few times, no, it's not that one. Try that again. So the first section. Basically keeps going where you don't expect it to, or so it plays a bass note that you got to hear 3 or 4 times to be sure that wasn't a mistake. Now I think the first time through I did make a couple mistakes, but who would know? That's what happens if you write something kind of abstract. Let's see. So yeah, we do have a lot of colorful chords in music, but major 7s and minor 7s are some of the best, and that's why they sound. A lot of jazzy tunes use them. When you hear the solo in "Light My Fire." Minor 7. All of a sudden I need a rhythm guitar player. Or Max and his little looping thing. Oh, I gotta get more high tech. Anyway, but a progression like that, A minor 7, B minor 7, very easy to solo over because it's just 2 chords out of the key of G. So if you stay in the key of G, you're good to go. Now, this is a little different story. Did I finish the colorful chords comments? Like Michelle figured out, it's a really complicated question, so I might have to put more thought into it. what Jose does in this. Just plays a little hot licks over the A minor chord and then just plays the F sharp minor 7 but if you wanted to try to solo over something like this, there are a few different approaches. First of all, you can play the little 3-string chord like that I have in the lead secret stuff. So you see what I was doing there? I put a little bar at the 5th fret for when I was playing the A minor, messed around. Bring it down to the 2nd fret for the F sharp minor. Or play the F sharp minor up at the 9th fret out of the A minors. Find common notes. Maybe all the way to the 15th, 17th. Like I'm doing here. There go the chords G, A, D. Do it again. Going to B7. Oh, make it augmented. Getting back to our colorful chords. That is one of the best ones. Okay, I think that's the end of this. Let me redigress back to important colorful chords. The shock value of them. What I did there was a B7, but I added a raised 5th on it. So since it already had another 5th in it, we can't really call it augmented. It has to be called flat 13. But let's not throw all that stuff out today. In the same Chet Atkins tune I was playing, we hear the same thing, little transitional chords. This is a 7th chord with a raised 5th in it, and it resolves really nicely to our D major 7. So as I think Michelle figured out too, that they're I'm back on the colorful chords thing. That's because I got my best Beach Boys shirt. I figured I'd dig this out after shooting the lesson in it today too. That you hear these chords, they have to be used very sparingly because if you use them too much, their impact is just totally lost. So when you hear this. It's kind of used as a shock value chord. Okay, so I will try to think about that a little bit more and see if I can come up with any better solutions. But many times when I write something, I am trying to use unusual chords. Sometimes I want it to be really jazzy. This one, for example, is all major 7s and minor 7s. A couple of diminished chords there that move through quickly. Minor 7 flat 5s. What happens after that? Goes to G and then G minor, then B flat minor, F sharp minor, G major 7, A7, B minor 7, and changes keys. So with that one, I was trying to really have a jazzy sound. A lot of other ones don't have anything like that. But things like this, for example. another great opening chord. It's mostly a B7, but adding a C natural on the first fret of the second string, and raising the fifth for an augmented sound. What we have here is B7 plus 9 plus 5, augmented. Here we go. Whodunit? I think I already have a lesson on that because I'm pretty sure some people have worked on it. I think that's all I want to get into today. I may be gone next week, so we might have one more little trip before camp. So we may take another week off of the news. We'll see what happens. Depends on where we are and if I can get the camera and the guitar out and give you a little update. But otherwise. Let's head into an August and let's hope things cool down. I know it's hot all around the country, so it's not just here. That's what I've been hearing, is that the whole country is baking. So hopefully they've got some water nearby or air conditioning. We have water, no air conditioning, but that's the way it works. All right, back in August.